You knew something wasn't right. Maybe it was the way she spoke about people. Cold, bitter, always the victim. Maybe it was how peace left your chest every time her name lit up your phone. Maybe it was the way you started second-guessing yourself, shrinking, walking on eggshells in your own damn life. But you stayed. You stayed because she was beautiful. You stayed because you were lonely. You stayed because no one ever told you the truth about love. Love without respect is just slow self-destruction. And brother, I've got news for you. Every man learns this lesson the hard way. Every man has sat across from a woman who didn't value him and paid for it in silence. Every man has ignored his gut, ignored the quiet voice inside that said, "This isn't it." But here's what I need you to understand. A man doesn't lose his life all at once. He loses it in pieces, piece by piece. His confidence, his dignity, his energy, his peace, until one day he wakes up a shell of who he used to be. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your loyalty become your weakness. A woman who costs you your peace is too damn expensive, no matter how beautiful she is, no matter how good the good times feel. Because, brother, the right woman multiplies your life, the wrong woman drains it. Simple as that. Every moment you give to the wrong woman is a moment stolen from the man you're meant to become. Wake up. It's time to get him back. In this video, I'm breaking down 6 habits that instantly reveal a low-value woman, no matter how good she looks, how exciting she seems, or how long you've been starved for connection. This isn't about hate. It's not about bitterness. And it's not about blaming women for everything that went wrong. It's about clarity. It's about protecting yourself as a man. Because too many men wake up one day realizing they built their life around the wrong person. A woman who drained them mentally, emotionally, financially, and left them wondering where their peace went. My job isn't to tell you what you want to hear. It's to tell you what every strong man needs to hear. So listen up, learn the signs, stand on your value, and if you're serious about living with strength and peace, drop it in the comments below like a vow to yourself. I protect my peace. Number 1, constant chaos creator. If drama follows her like a shadow, it's because she's the damn sun. You ever sit in your car, just sitting there, because you don't want to go back inside? Engine off. Silence. Just staring at the front door, knowing what's waiting for you on the other side. It's not peace, it's not warmth, it's not love, it's noise, it's drama. It's another argument waiting to happen over absolutely nothing. A look, a word, something she made up in her head, and in that moment, you feel like a damn prisoner in your own life. Brother, I've been there. Too many men have. See, here's the truth. Most guys figure out too late. Some women aren't unlucky. They aren't always going through something. They are the something. Chaos doesn't follow them because they're cursed. Chaos follows them because they create it. It's not the world attacking her. It's her attacking the world. Every damn day. And if you're not careful, if you mistake that storm for passion, it'll destroy you. It starts slow, little arguments that catch you off guard, accusations that make no sense. She checks your phone. She questions every female friend. She turns nothing into something, all the time. And at first, you defend yourself. You try to reason with her. You think she's just insecure. She just needs reassurance. I can calm her down. You think love is about fixing, but the longer you stay, the more you become her. Always on edge, always explaining, always reacting, until one day you realize you haven't felt. Peace in months. You've been surviving, not living. And here's what no one tells you. A woman addicted to chaos needs an audience. She needs somebody to dump that storm onto, somebody to react, somebody to fight back. Without you, her drama dies in the dark. But with you, her chaos lives forever. It feeds on your attention. It feeds on your energy. It feeds on the fact that you care enough to stay. And that's the weapon. That's the trap. Because good men stay longer than they should. Good men think. They're being strong by enduring hell. But real strength, real masculinity, is walking away from what destroys your peace. That's the Stoic shift right there. That's the line in the sand. See, a high-value woman? She doesn't need to be loud. She doesn't need chaos. She doesn't need to break things to feel powerful. She's calm. Because she's healed, she's grounded, because she's at peace with herself. And brother, let me tell you, the right woman won't have you arguing over shit that doesn't matter. The right woman won't leave you drained every night. The right woman will make you feel stronger when she's near, not weaker. When you speak, she listens. When there's a problem, she communicates. When there's silence, it feels safe, not threatening. Because real love is not war. Real love is peace. And that's the hard truth men learn late. But better late than never. So, if you're sitting there right now, drained, worn down, feeling like you're walking on eggshells in your own damn home, understand this. That's not normal. That's not passion. That's not love. That's chaos. And chaos is expensive. It costs you your time. It costs you your health. It costs you your peace. And your peace, brother, is everything. Protect it like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. Final thought, remember this line. Burn it into your mind. A peaceful woman preserves your energy. A chaotic woman burns it to the ground. Choose wisely. Walk away proudly and never forget. You weren't born to live in her storm. You were born to build your kingdom. Number 2, attention-starved and online addicted. A woman who needs the world's eyes doesn't value the man holding her hand. There's a quiet kind of humiliation that a man feels when he realizes he's competing with a damn screen for his woman's attention. I'm not talking about normal phone use. I'm not talking about answering a text or scrolling for a few minutes while waiting on food. I'm talking about the woman who lives online. The one who can't sit through a conversation without checking likes. The one whose self-worth swings up and down based on who viewed her story today. The one who's in a relationship, but always advertising herself to the world, like she's still on the market. See, a man starts noticing the little things first. You're sitting at dinner. You're telling her about your day. And her eyes keep darting down to her phone. Not once, not twice, constant. Then it's the outfit pictures before you leave the house. Not for you, for them. Angles, filters, poses, nothing real. Then it's the validation hits, comments from strangers, attention from guys you've never met, and she laps it up like water, and you're sitting there thinking, why am I here? What am I doing? But here's the trap. Here's what keeps men stuck. You start working harder, trying to outshine 1,000 faceless dudes online, trying to compete with attention that costs her nothing and costs you everything. You tell yourself, if I compliment her more, if I show her more love, if I stay patient, she'll stop needing all this. Wrong. Brother, listen to me closely. A woman addicted to attention from the world cannot value a man standing right in front of her. It's not about you. It's about the emptiness inside her. It's about the fact that she's built her entire sense of worth on external approval. And you will never, ever win that game, because it never ends. Today it's Instagram, tomorrow it's TikTok, next year it's whatever new app gives her a little digital dopamine hit. And every like, every comment, every DM keeps that wound wide open, keeps her chasing validation like a dog chasing cars. Exhausting, pointless, and beneath a man's dignity. See, Stoic men grounded in themselves, don't chase women, who chase the world. We don't beg for attention, we don't compete with strangers, we don't shrink ourselves down to fit inside her little phone screen. A high-value woman is rare, not because she's hard to find online, but because she doesn't need to be found. She's already found herself. She's not busy advertising her life. She's busy living it. And when you're with her, she's present. Her eyes are on you. Her energy is with you. That's real. That's rare. That's worth protecting. But a woman who lives online, a woman addicted to outside approval, she's not present, she's performing, and no man, and no matter how strong, how loyal, how loving, can fix a performance addiction. It's her battle to fight, and most won't fight it. Because attention is a drug that never runs out. Brother, I'm going to leave you with this. A woman who needs the whole world to look at her will never see you clearly, and you deserve to be seen. You deserve to be valued, not just tolerated in between dopamine hits. So choose the woman who's rare. Choose the woman who's invisible to the world, but fully present with you, because peace doesn't come from being seen by everyone. Peace comes from being seen by the right one. And if she needs the whole damn world to clap for her, let her go find her stage, while you go build your kingdom, quiet, focused, untouchable. Because the realest things in life aren't online, they're right in front of you, and they never need a filter. Number 3, disrespectful to men, especially her father or exes. Watch how she talks about men when she doesn't need to impress you. It always starts the same way. You're sitting across from her. Maybe it's a date. Maybe it's late at night when walls come down and she starts talking. At first it feels like trust, feels like connection. She's opening up, telling you about her past. But then you notice there's a pattern. Every ex, a narcissist, every guy before you, toxic, abusive, a liar, a cheater, and it pulls at that protector inside you, makes you think, I'll never do her like that. I'm not like them. You start feeling like the hero in her story. But what you don't realize yet is that she doesn't have heroes. She has villains. And every man she's been with ends up on the chopping block when he's gone. That's how she moves. That's how she stays the victim. And brother, if you ignore that, you'll be next. It doesn't matter how kind you are, doesn't matter how loyal you are, doesn't matter how hard you love. You will become the villain in her story the moment you set a boundary, the moment you stop letting her control the narrative, the moment you stop tolerating disrespect. See, there's a cold truth about women who trash every man from their past. It's not about those men, it's about her. It's about the fact that she's never healed, never taken accountability, never grown from what happened. And if you're not paying attention, you'll step right into the same trap every other man did. Here's the psychological pattern underneath it. A woman who disrespects men as a rule is usually hiding from her own mistakes. It's easier to blame. It's easier to hate. It's easier to stay angry than to admit, I chose wrong. I ignored the red flags. I contributed to the problem. And this bitterness, this unchecked anger, it seeps into everything. She talks down about her father. She mocks her brother. She calls every ex trash. And you think, for a while, you'll be the exception, that somehow she'll see you different. But the Stoic truth, there are no exceptions to patterns. If her life is littered with broken relationships, if she speaks of every man like he was beneath her, that's not history, that's prophecy, and you will not outrun it. The strongest thing a man can do in that moment is observe, watch, listen. Pay attention to how she talks when she doesn't need to impress you. Is there respect in her voice? Is there grace? Or is it bitterness disguised as strength? Because here's what most men never learn until it's too damn late. Respect is the foundation of love. Without it, everything falls apart. You can't build a future with someone who secretly despises the thing you are, a man. And that's the Stoic mindset shift. You don't stay and fight for respect. You don't beg for understanding. You don't teach someone how to honor what should already be sacred. You choose peace. You choose dignity. You choose to walk. Because a woman who respects men respects herself. She's done the work. She's faced her pain. She's healed what broke. And because of that, she can love fully without blame, without bitterness, without turning her past into a weapon. Final thought. Burn this into your mind. It'll save you years of heartache. A woman who trashes every man from her past will never treasure you in her future. Choose wisely, not with your pride, not with your ego, but with your peace. With your future in mind. A woman's words about her past are warnings about your future, and a real man listens, then moves accordingly, always. Number 4, weaponizes sex and affection. If love is a prize you have to win, you've already lost. It doesn't start with a slammed door. It doesn't start with a screaming match. It starts with silence, with distance, with small withdrawals you didn't notice at first. She used to wrap her arms around you without thinking. Now she pulls back. She used to kiss you when you walked through the door. Now you get a nod, if that, and inside you start asking yourself those dangerous questions. What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? Maybe if I'm more patient, more understanding, she'll come back. And that's exactly the trap, because when a woman weaponizes intimacy, when she uses affection like a switch she controls, it's never really about you. It's about power. It's about control. And brother, I've seen too many good men fall for it. Men who love with everything they've got. Men who lead with their heart. Men who show up even when it's hard. But love like that, given to the wrong woman, becomes a leash around your neck. Every argument turns into distance. Every disagreement turns into punishment. Sex is no longer an expression of love. It's a prize, a trophy she keeps just out of reach. And the more you chase it, the smaller you become. You stop speaking your mind. You stop holding your boundaries. You start living in fear of her rejection, of her withdrawal. And here's the ugly truth about that dynamic. She knows exactly what she's doing. This isn't accidental. This isn't miscommunication. This is manipulation. This is control. And it works until you wake the hell up. See, intimacy in a real relationship isn't about winning or losing. It's not about control. It's about connection. It's about trust. It's about showing up fully because you want to, not because you've been bribed into behaving. A woman who uses affection to punish you is showing you exactly who she is. Believe her. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself, this is what relationships are like. Stop lowering your standard just because you're lonely, because there's something far worse than being alone. It's being with someone who makes you feel unwanted in the one place you should feel safe, your own damn relationship. Stoic men, grounded men, don't play that game. They don't chase validation. They don't beg for love. They don't barter their self-respect for temporary comfort. They hold the line. They lead. They walk when it's time to walk. Because here's what I've learned on the hard way: love given conditionally is not love at all. It's leverage. It's control. And I promise you, that's not the life you want. That's not the man you were born to be. Affection should be natural. It should be free. It should be real. The moment it becomes a prize you have to earn, you've already lost. The moment you start shrinking yourself down, silencing your truth just to get scraps of attention, that's not love. That's survival. And a man like you wasn't built to survive in his own home. You were built to stand tall, to lead, to protect your peace. Final thought for you today: write this down, burn it into your bones. Affection should be freely given, or not given at all. Never chase it, never beg for it, never sacrifice who you are to get it. Because the love that's real, the love that lasts, walks right up to you, looks you in the eye, and says without words, I choose you every damn day. That's what you're worth. Don't settle for anything less. Number 5, financially irresponsible and entitled. If her lifestyle outpaces her income, you're her next paycheck. It's one of the oldest traps a man can fall into. And most don't even see it happening, because it doesn't start with her asking for money. It doesn't start with a bill in your face. It starts with pride, with you feeling like a man, holding the door, picking up the check, buying her little things because you want to, because that's what men do. We provide, we give, and when it's for the right woman, that's a beautiful thing. Provision isn't weakness. Provision isn't simping. Provision is strength when it's given with wisdom. But this world, this culture, it raised a generation of women who want to skip the work and keep the reward. Women who think a man is valuable only when he funds her fantasy life. Women who don't want to build a life with you. They want to move into the life you built for yourself and take the best seat in the house without paying a damn thing. And brother, I'm going to say this straight. If her lifestyle outpaces her income, if her spending habits belong to someone who makes triple what she earns, she's not looking for love. She's looking for a sponsor. And you don't need to be that man. I've seen it with my own eyes. Good men, hard-working men, getting turned into walking ATM machines, because at first it's small, little hints about her standards, comments about what she's used to, jokes about wanting a man who spoils her. And if you're not grounded, if you're coming out of a lonely season, it's easy to fall for that. Easy to think, man, maybe I should step it up. Maybe I'm supposed to provide more. Maybe this is what being a real man looks like. Let me be clear, providing for a woman you love, absolutely. Building a life together, no question. But funding a woman's Instagram lifestyle, while she drains you financially, mentally, and emotionally, that's not love, that's slavery. See, a real woman, a high-value woman, understands sacrifice. She understands partnership. She wants to build with you, not just spend what you've earned. She respects your time, your effort, your money. She's not counting what you give her. She's looking for ways to contribute. She's invested. She wants a life with you, not just a lifestyle from you, but a woman who's financially irresponsible, a woman who racks up debt with zero shame, a woman who brags about vacations she didn't pay for, dinners she didn't cook, clothes she didn't buy. That woman isn't looking for a husband. She's looking for a bank account. And here's the pattern. The more you give her, without accountability, without partnership, the more entitled she becomes. Gratitude dies, respect disappears, love gets replaced with expectation. And brother, I promise you this, a woman who only loves you for what you can provide will leave the second someone else can provide more. That's not loyalty, that's business, that's survival. That's a woman who sees relationships like a transaction. But a stoic man, a grounded man, doesn't enter into transactions. He enters into commitment, and commitment flows both ways. If she's not willing to sacrifice with you, she shouldn't be celebrating with you. If she's not willing to build in the hard times, she doesn't deserve to shine in the good times. That's the line. That's the mindset shift. Be a provider, be generous, be a man who takes pride in taking care of his woman, but don't be a fool. Don't trade your peace for pressure. Don't trade your energy for empty gratitude. Don't lose yourself funding a fantasy for a woman who wouldn't even buy you a coffee if the roles were reversed. Final thought for you today. Burn this into your bones. A real woman wants a partner, not a provider she drains. Choose her, not the one who sees you as a paycheck, not the one who only claps when you spend money, but the one who claps when you come home tired, the one who celebrates the small wins, the one who sees you, not just your wallet. That's real love, that's rare, and that's worth every damn thing you've got. Number 6, victim mentality queen. Nothing is ever her fault, and everything is your problem. It starts with sympathy. That's how it gets you. You meet her, and right away, the stories come pouring out. How she's been wronged. How life's been unfair. How every ex was cruel. How every friend betrayed her. How every boss overlooked her. And because you're a man, a good man, you listen, you care, you lean in. Because it's in your nature to protect, to help, to save. But what you don't see at first is that saving is the last thing she wants. See, there's a kind of woman out there. I call her the victim mentality queen. She doesn't want solutions. She doesn't want growth. She doesn't want accountability. She wants an audience. She wants a man who will sit in the mud with her while she tells the same sad story on repeat, year after year, like it's scripture. And if you're not careful, you'll get pulled into it. You'll confuse your compassion for commitment. You'll start thinking it's your job to fix everything. But let me tell you something most men learn way too late. You cannot save a person committed to their own misery. You can't rescue someone who doesn't want to leave the burning building, because for them, the fire is comfort, the chaos is familiar, the blame is easier than the work. And here's the emotional pattern underneath it. Victim mentality isn't about the past. It's about control. It's about avoiding responsibility permanently, because if nothing is ever her fault, she never has to change. And if everything is always your fault, she never has to grow. That's the trap, and it will bleed you dry. You'll spend years walking on eggshells. You'll spend years apologizing for shit you didn't do. You'll start second-guessing yourself, start dimming your own light, because every time you shine, She finds a way to twist it into her being the victim. Brother, that's no way for a man to live. A man was not built to be a permanent emotional janitor. You are not a life coach. You are not a therapist. You are not a damn emotional sponge for a woman who refuses to do her own inner work. A stoic man, he leads, he supports, but he does not carry people who refuse to walk. He does not drown in someone else's blame game. He does not tie his life to a woman who confuses self-pity for identity. And I know what you might be thinking, but I love her. I see her potential. I don't want to give up on her. Brother, loving someone doesn't mean sacrificing your soul. Loyalty is noble, but loyalty without boundaries is suicide. If a woman refuses to take accountability, if she refuses to grow, if she gossips, blames, complains, day in and day out, understand this. That's not a phase, that's who she is. And no amount of love will change a person who's found comfort in their own misery. That's a battle. Only she can fight, and if she's not fighting it, you need to stop standing in the ring getting hit for no damn reason. Protect your peace, guard your energy, walk with men who sharpen you, love women who elevate you, build with people who hold themselves accountable, because life is hard enough without carrying someone who's addicted to blame. Final thought, let this settle in your bones. Protect your peace from people committed to misery. You're a man. You're built to lead, to build, to rise, not to sink in someone else's storm, not to bleed for someone who won't bandage their own wounds. Stand tall, stand clear, and when necessary, stand alone. That's real strength, that's real peace, and that's what a man like you deserves. Brother, at the end of the day, this life isn't about how much noise you can handle. It's about how much peace you're willing to protect. Because the truth is, a low-value woman doesn't just waste your time. She drains your spirit. She clouds your mind. She pulls you so far away from who you were meant to be that one day you look in the mirror and you don't even recognize the man staring back. I've seen it. I've lived it. And I'm telling you right now, you are not here to fix broken people. That's not your mission. That's not your burden. You are here to build something stronger, something quieter, something untouchable, a life that moves with purpose, a mind that rests in peace. Oh, heart that doesn't beg for love, but gives love from strength, because the man who knows his worth doesn't chase chaos. He doesn't argue with instability. He doesn't trade his peace for temporary company. He stands still while the world burns loud around him, untouched, unbothered, unbreakable. That's who you are becoming, and that's the work you have to commit to every single day. Brother, remember this. Strong men don't chase chaos. They walk away from it. Let them call you cold. Let them call you heartless. Let them call you whatever they need to, because you know the truth. Stillness is strength. Peace is power. And presence. Presence is earned through discipline. Leave the noise behind. Leave the drama behind. Leave the women who drain you behind. And build the life that doesn't need to be loud to feel full. That's your mission. That's your path. Comment below as your vow to yourself. My peace is my power. Say it, mean it, live it. The world needs more men like that. Solid, steady, unshakable. That's the man you were born to be.